Alright, well, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Car Talk video, and today I just want to talk about how comfortability kills the human spirit. And you may be thinking, that's insane, that's over the top, that's ridiculous, that doesn't make sense. And I'm speaking from self-experience, and it's true. This is how I feel. I feel when I'm a little more comfortable than I should be. I get a little more depressed. I get a little more sadder than I've ever been in my life. Like, things just go downhill when you open up that door, or when you open up that Pandora's box of being a little pussy, of being a little bitch, of taking the easy way out. Everything will be fucked up inside of your life, and you won't feel satisfied, and you won't feel fulfilled. And that's what the human spirit needs. It needs to constantly be leveling up, working towards some type of purpose, or doing something that actually benefits itself. It needs progression. That's what we thrive off of. That's what the human spirit thrives off of. And that's what gives us fulfillment, satisfaction, and enjoyment out of this life. And what does the opposite? Comfortability. It strips all of that away. It makes you a stagnant, still, little pussy, little bitch. And that's what you want to get rid of. You need to cancel that out of your life. And that's why when it comes to your endeavors, your purpose, your passion, you have to be all in. You can't have one foot in the door and one foot out. You can't just be disciplined Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the rest of the days you're just doing whatever you want to do, because you're building momentum daily. Each and every single day, you're building habits. We are creatures of habit. Whatever you do on a daily basis is what you're going to be doing the next day, the next day, the next day, and it becomes easier and easier and easier. And that's when you need to level up again and again, but that's a different conversation. But what are you doing daily? Like, that is going to be your dominant set habit, whatever you're doing daily. And if you're doing things that don't serve you, and you start to open your mind up, or you try to change your life to do something positive for once, you're going to have so much resistance. And it's going to be so difficult, and it's going to be a lot harder for you to do that. Like, if you're playing games, watching porn, watching all these distracting ass videos, and you decide one day you want to change your life and you want to go to the gym and you want to better yourself, and you do that, there's going to be so much resistance because your mind is so used to that easy dopamine and that instant gratification, and you are literally trapping yourself to being a fucking loser for the rest of your life. And it's going to be so difficult for you to climb out of that hole. And that's because you're going to have so many things keeping you in bondage and distracting your mind to where you can't do anything hard or difficult in this life, because you're used to that instant gratification instead of that delayed gratification. And I'm speaking to myself as well. Like, we got to be 100% all in, focused, and determined. There's no other option, because first of all, going to the gym 7 days a week, making content each and every single day, working 12 hours a day, and doing all of this is extremely difficult. It can be hard, you know, when you're 100% all in and your mind is focused and you're not focused on anything else. Like, it's still difficult, but if you open up that pathway or that door to comfortability, and you take that easy option or that easy way out, maybe just one time or maybe just twice, eventually it's going to consume and it's going to take over your life. If you cut corners, if you cheat anywheres, eventually your mind will go back to that default setting of where you came from. Because we've all come from a background of being distracted for half our fucking life, or a background of being a loser for half our fucking life. We all came from that place because that's how we've been conditioned and programmed on this earth. Like, look around us at the system. Everything is made to comfort us. Everything is so accessible. Every product and everything and every service is being made to make our life as easy as it possibly can be. Like, we are literally pussies. Like, that is literally our default setting. Like, whether it be fast food establishments, all the trash fucking foods that are bad for us, they're open up 24/7 every single fucking day, and you can just drive in. It's so easy, it's so accessible. And you go in the grocery store and all the trash foods are so cheap and all the good foods are so expensive. And then you got your phone that you can just mindlessly scroll on for days and days and days. And you got the YouTube, you got Twitter, you got Instagram, all competing for your attention. And then you got video games that could give you instant stimulation. And then you got all these things that just suck you into being a person who doesn't want to do anything with their life, or isn't able or capable of achieving anything in their fucking life. It's like the system is actually trying to make you useless, and actually trying to make it so you have all the odds stacked against you. And that's literally what it boils down to. And that's why you don't want to open your mind to that easy route or to that easy way of living. Like, if you cut corners here, you cut corners there, eventually it's going to consume you, and you're going to go back to your old ways of where you weren't doing shit with your life. And it can happen so fast. Like, all you have to do is take a day off. And I'm speaking for myself, because yesterday I got home from work, and this is the first time I've ever done this, but I just went straight to bed instead of going to the gym or making content. And this is the first time I've done this in like 5 months. Like, seriously, I've been strict with my routine of just going to the gym, working on content, and that's all I've been doing. And I did it once. And in the morning I had a day off from work and I was just procrastinating. I didn't feel inspired or motivated like I usually do to make some content. And I would make some content and I was questioning it, and I was outside of the gym and I was just waiting and I was procrastinating, and like the whole day was just wasted because yesterday I did the same. And like it could just flip on a dime, that momentum, to where it could just fuck everything up. And that's why you have to be all in. Like you can't give yourself that easy out. You can't listen to that voice, because the more you feed it, the more that parasite's gonna grow. And if you don't even allow that to be a part of your mind, that easy option or that easy route or that pathway to comfortability or whatever it may be, if that's not even in your mind at all, like you just won't think like that. You just won't have that option, and your brain will stop delivering that message of, hey, you could also do this, because your brain knows that we're not fucking doing that. We're doing the difficult, we're doing the challenging, and that's what we're set on. We're disciplined, we're motivated, and that's why you got to be all in. And if you have one foot in the door and one foot out the door, it's so easy for you to go back to your default setting, or just to be sucked back into that easy, mediocre lifestyle. And you won't even realize it's happening because it feels positive. Your brain will make it seem like it's okay. And that's why it's so dangerous to live in that comfortable place, because your brain won't let you know, like, hey, this is alarming, this is all going wrong, this is bad, this is something that should not be happening, like this is fucking up all their progress. Like it just doesn't click, or it doesn't fire that on. It's just like, oh, this feels nice, this feels relaxing. Like your pussy bitch brain has been programmed and conditioned to think that way, that that's okay. And from an evolutionary standpoint, your brain likes to be comfortable, your brain likes to be relaxed. It doesn't like to do things that are challenging, or things that spark fear, or anything that, like, you know, could put yourself in danger, even though it fucking won't at all. Like doing a hardcore workout, your brain's like, oh my God, I might snap my arm, I might, you know, tear my pec. Like stupid thoughts like that will just appear in your mind, and you just got to be all in. And you would be surprised. Like you'll be like, oh, well, it can't happen to me, that's impossible. Like I'm disciplined, I'm motivated, I'm focused. But when you look at people in the gym who have been there for like 10 years or 5 years or 2 years or 3 years or whatever, and now they're just like fat and complacent and they're not jacked at all, or like they're just coasting, like that can happen so easily and you won't even realize it. And I've been the same way. Like I'm not the same person I was a month ago. Like a month ago, I was a dog. I was attacking the gym and going crazy and sweating and just looking like a maniac. Now I just kind of feel like I'm complacent and I'm coasting and I'm not leveling up. Like today should have been one of the hardest workouts I've ever had in my life. If I am truly on the right path and if I'm truly gonna progress any further, that's how it should be. Like I should be feeling sore and, like, you know what I mean? Like leg days, I'm not even walking slanted, or I'm not even like sore. Like I just feel good after a workout. Like I feel no growth at all, but I'm just checking it off the box. And I realize that. So I've become complacent and I haven't even realized it. And I thought I was disciplined. I thought I was focused. I thought I was, you know, super motivated. But actually, I'm just like losing what I've built slowly, or I've just been coasting without even realizing it. And stuff like that can just go unnoticed and unchecked and you wouldn't even realize it. And I feel like when you become successful, or you get super jacked, or whatever it may be, you become super disciplined and you're getting compliments and you're getting the pat on the back that everything's going well, that you're doing amazing, that you're motivating. Like you can kind of coast from there. You feel like you don't have to do as much because that exists, like that atmosphere, or like people are rooting for you, or like you're getting compliments, or like you're already jacked, so you don't have to do as much. Like that comfortability and that complacency can kind of kick in without you even realizing it. Like when you're super jacked and when you're doing so much weight, you feel like on one day you don't have to do as much because it's already here. Like you're already jacked, and you can slowly just become complacent and drift away from that place, and you can just fall and teeter off and just fall off, and you could be done, like, and you won't even realize it. And that could happen over a span of years or a span of months, and it could go right under your nose, and you feel like you're doing everything you can, and you feel like you're breaking limits, but in reality you're just doing less and less and less. But you're doing as much as you can that day, so you feel like you're breaking your limits. But in reality, you're just doing less and less and less, but you feel like you're breaking your limits when you're really not doing anything at all. And I've realized that with myself. Like my PRs have been absolutely dog shit lately. Like I'm not even close to what I used to be able to do a month ago. When it comes to the bench, when it comes to a deadlift, my squats are relatively the same, but that's my full body, so that makes sense. And me killing it back then and breaking my limits back then, like I was actually genuinely breaking limits. Like I was on the brink of passing out, or I was just going balls to the wall. And like now when I break my limits, I'm just fatigued, I'm just tired, I'm just like, oh, this is a good workout. And like I'm not even benching that heavy, I'm just going super light and doing a lot of reps, and just like so below where I used to be. And for me to go to that next level right now, like I got to do more than I've ever done previously in all of those workouts. And it's just so demanding, and it takes so much mental discipline. So maybe like subconsciously I'm too pussy to go to that next level, because I know like, damn, it's gonna fucking suck and it's gonna be shitty. But I feel like once I go to that next place, I'm gonna feel so good. And that's what you gotta do. Like, you gotta level up, you gotta go to the next place. And that's why when you reach success or you get super jacked, you can just coast at that level, because you may be too pussy to, you know, sacrifice more or to do more or to go to that extra level, because it's gonna be more demanding, it's gonna be harder, you're gonna have to push yourself more. But that's what you have to do if you want to grow, because if you're just stuck at that place and you don't want to go to that next place, you're just maintaining, you're just coasting, and eventually somebody's gonna overpass you, you're gonna fall off, you're just slowly gonna go down. And that's why I brought this up in the first place, because I've been feeling like I've been a little too complacent, or I've been getting a little too comfortable, and it is the death of the spirit. Like, we have to thrive, we have to overcome our limits, we have to do more than we did yesterday, just to feel a sense of satisfaction or to be fulfilled. And like, yeah, if you're doing a lot, or if you're at a high level, like you've been pushing it and killing it, you can coast off that and feel fine for a while until you fall off and it's a smack in your face. And that's why you always got to constantly be progressing and checking yourself that you're not maintaining or just being lazy and stagnant, because that can also happen. But yeah, it's getting late, so I'm going to edit this video and then I'm going to go to bed, and then I'm never going to take a day off again. And I'm going to constantly be breaking my limits and pushing this thing forward. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And peace.